He instructs Kyojue to remain with the others while he investigates further. Entering the mirror world, Yunki discovers he can now access this realm at will, something he couldn't do after the incident with the Ding family. Inside the mirror world, he observes that people have reflections while monsters do not, and he spots the corpse of a monster, confirming he's the only one physically present in this dimension. Venturing into the cave, our protagonist finds Z and his group, leading him to suspect they were the ones who triggered the wandering types to gather in this area. Intrigued, he pushes deeper into the cave, searching for the root cause of the disturbance, until he finally stumbles upon something unusual. Our hero soon discovers why Z and the others ventured into the cave: the presence of special crystal ore. Unlike ordinary crystals found outside, these ores possess far greater value. They're used to craft advanced gear and unique items, making them even more precious than gold. When Yunshu picks up a mirror crystal, When you choose to pick up a mirror crystal ore, he realizes that as long as he can find a mirror surface, he can return to the real world from the mirror world. Deciding to explore further, our boy notes that a haul of this ore could make someone a billionaire. Meanwhile, in the real world, Yunsha and Yunyin fight their way to the cave, defeating the wandering type monsters to clear a path for rescue. Upon reaching the trapped group, they warn everyone to stay alert, as they'll have to continue fighting to escape. Before they can regroup, however, even more wandering types move in and surround them. Back in the mirror world, Yunche stumbles upon a crystal core, a rare treasure that takes ages to form, representing the crystallized essence of all the special products within the dungeon. Our protagonist quickly collects it. Using the crystal core will boost his stamina and mana recovery. But what impresses him most is the 20% light and electric damage reduction it grants, a percent-based reduction that's rare even among top-tier gear. This makes our hero cautious, suspecting that just like the crystal ore, acquiring such a hidden treasure will likely attract a far stronger monster. He decides to use the crystal core before leaving, but discovers that doing so will consume 10 minutes of his mirror walk time. Meanwhile, in the real world, a monster suddenly appears. Some students believe it's a wandering type, the ruler. Others think it might be the hidden boss of the dungeon. The wandering the ruler emerges, a rare hidden boss, even stronger than a dungeon the ruler. Students and teachers huddle behind their shields, but panic spreads as surrounding wandering types launch relentless attacks. Yunsha tries to calm everyone, suggesting they might escape through the canyon ahead. She activates a buff and Leal takes the lead, guiding the group forward as they move their shields and fight off monsters. Unfortunately, the wandering the ruler unleashes its battle cry, Rally, summoning even more wandering types from deep within the dungeon, then casts a powerful buff, boosting the stats of its minions. The monsters become even more formidable, and one teacher is quickly eliminated in the chaos. Amid the struggle, Yunzia instructs the shield guards and healers to support each other. Unexpected teacher in a cloak pant. Laylee quickly stops the rogues from following, warning that their stealth skills won't last long enough to make it through. The wandering the ruler launches a devastating attack, and the cloak teacher is eliminated. To make matters worse, the canyon ahead collapses, plunging the students into despair. As the wandering the ruler prepares a second massive attack, Yunsha and Yunyin summon their ultimate shield. Together they manage to block the blow, but the shields are stationary. They can't be moved or re-equipped, so they're only buying precious time. C voices his confusion, wondering why a wandering the ruler would appear in a school dungeon, while another student blames himself for triggering the disaster. Meanwhile, Lely is relieved to see that the students who volunteered to observe the wandering types are presumed safe, until he suddenly spots Ko Jai among the group, leaving him stunned. As the shields begin to shatter, Lael is nearly struck by an attacking monster. Yaoji steps up, summoning his shield just in time to save him, and continues to cover Lely against another incoming blow. Eventually, all the shields, including Koji's armor, break apart, and the monsters close in for the kill. Just as the situation grows desperate, Yunki arrives and swiftly dispatches the attacking monsters. He praises Child Ju for his bravery, and calmly assures everyone that he'll handle things from here. While in the mirror world, Yunqi realized that the original crystal core still existed in the real world, meaning he could double his gains by collecting both versions. However, extracting a single crystal would consume 10 minutes of mirror walk time. Prioritizing, our boy grabbed the most valuable core and used it to power up his stats. Suddenly a sense of danger washed over him. Deciding not to risk it further, quickly returned and discovered he could freely enter and exit the mirror world, as long as his mirror walk time wasn't depleted, exiting the cave and re-entering the real world. Yuns was met with the sight of a massive horde of wandering types, and the imposing wandering the ruler. Without hesitation, our protagonist rushed to reach Chowdhury and the other students. He skillfully dodged a monster by slipping in and out of the mirror world. At this moment, our hero was level 24, with a total magic of 140 and a recovery rate of 2.6 per second. His attack power. Even so, the wandering the ruler remained a formidable threat. Upon reaching the students through the mirror world, Yuns reappeared in front of them, and immediately began clearing out monsters. After praising Charles' review, he continued to dart between realities, striking down enemies with each entry and exit. To handle the relentless tide of wandering types, he called for buffs from Yunsha and Kyoji, who quickly obliged. There seemed to be no end to the monsters, but thanks to the crystal core, our hero felt confident he could hold out. However, when he unleashed chaotic thorns, he found the monsters were immune. All around, teachers and students watched in disbelief as Yunce displayed his incredible power. Each monster he defeated brought even more experience. And he quickly leveled up again, realizing just how rapidly he could grow in this fight. Yunshin, stunned by his strength, couldn't believe this was the same person she'd once dismissed as a mere thief. Switching definitely between the mirror world and reality, our protagonist eliminated monster after monster, pushing his level up to 28. Lely tried to reassure the others by saying Yunkai was just a student, but it was imp. But it was impossible to ignore his talent. The Wandering the Ruler launched another devastating attack. Our hero narrowly dodged, knowing that a direct hit would be fatal, though the ruler's movement threatened the last two shield barriers. If it got any closer, even those would crumble. Sensing the urgency, Lely urged everyone to break through while there were fewer monsters. Yet students and teachers hesitated, worried that moving the shields would only expose them to danger. Stepping forward, Yunshe offered a solution. He would draw the Wandering the Ruler's attention, giving everyone else a chance to escape. Lely voiced his concern. But our boy knew that leaving the Wandering the Ruler unchecked would only lead to greater disaster, as it would gather even more monsters and eventually reach the outside world. With resolve, Yunce made up his mind. He was going to eliminate the Wandering the Ruler. With Yunce drawing the attention of the Wandering the Ruler, the teachers and students seized the opportunity to escape. Lely's plan is for everyone to get away quickly, hoping that our boy will be able to slip out as well. Meanwhile, Kyoju, feeling helpless, worries about the fate of our hero as the battle rages on. As the battle rages on, Yunki levels up by striking the Wandering the Ruler from different angles. When the ruler retaliates with a powerful attack, our protagonist ducks into the mirror world, then emerges to land another hit. He soon notices, however, that the Wandering the Ruler heals instantly after every blow. Realizing he needs a new strategy, he decides to target the crystal embedded in the ruler's head. The buffs he received earlier begin to fade, and he knows his MP won't sustain Trick Blade for much longer. Determined to recover quickly, he pushes himself to level up as fast as possible. Unfortunately, the Wandering the Ruler starts to anticipate his moves, tracking him even as he shifts in and out of the mirror world. During a massive continuous attack, our boy takes a heavy hit and is injured. He recognizes that relying on the mirror world is risky, as his time there is running low, and summoning undead creatures isn't an option either since they also drain his MP. Suddenly, a massive shield materializes, summoned by Yunsh. Our protagonist is stunned to see her. Kyoju and Yun rushing in to help him, while they urge him to retreat. Yunce is resolved to finish the battle with their support. With their aid, he fights through more monsters and reaches level 30. At last, he acquires the coveted skill book for gravitational pull. Stunning his armor, our hero reverses gravitational pull into gravitational draw, giving him the ability to pull himself toward the Wandering the Ruler in an instant. With his Trick Blade's attack power amplified, he uses gravitational draw to close the gap, and targets the ruler's head crystal. The Wandering the Ruler unleashes another devastating area attack, but Yunshi braces for impact, and manages to shatter the crystal. With the crystal destroyed, the Wandering the Ruler is finally eliminated. Our boy earns 5,000 EXP and claims the title of Wandering Slayer. As a reward, he also receives 2 skill books, Golden Light Barrier and Guardian Fortunate. Our protagonist's performance leaves everyone stunned as he reaches level 33. Before Yunchuk can even explain the drop items, the Wandering the Ruler's massive body begins to collapse, creating chaos all around. In the midst of this, our boy notices a hollow mountain nearby. Venturing inside, he finds the remains of both humans and wandering breeds, and quickly realizes that this place once gave birth to An. Unexpectedly, he stumbles upon the body of Kon, known as Ben. Shaw approaches, remarking that the scene is the complete opposite of the heroic statue in the memorial hall. She notes that what they see here is the aftermath of countless battles with both monsters and people. Kyochu arrives, quietly insisting his great-grandfather was not an evil man. He shares that he spent years researching Kon's life, though most of what he uncovered is vague. Still, he discovered that his great-grandfather often entered dungeons beyond his level, including this very one, a known breeding ground for Wandering the Ruler. Kyoji explains that back then, officials lacked the military strength to handle such threats, so they depended on powerful individuals to clear dungeons regularly. His great-grandfather was one of those elite few. Although his family thinks he's just seeking comfort, Kyoji has never stopped looking for the truth. Hearing this, our hero gives him a reassuring pat, letting him know he believes him. Yuncha recalls that Ben was far from evil. He was always determined to grow stronger, unafraid to ask for help or even arm. Ultimately, Ben met his end fighting an overwhelming horde of monsters. Filled with resolve, our protagonist silently vows to take revenge on the Ding family for Ben's sake. Meanwhile, back at the Ding family estate, Dingzu reports that students are returning from the dungeon, singing Yunqi's praises for defeating a hidden level 40 boss. The third head of the Ding family immediately rises, orders his guards to assemble, and commands them to bring in the members of the child family. Yunzia hands the skill book Golden Light Barrier to Kyojai, explaining that he can't learn a skill designed for shield bearers. According to Yunsha, our boy certainly doesn't lack for powerful abilities, despite her own impressive skills. She admits that even she can't keep up with him. She points out his vanishing act and his unique ability to summon undead creatures.